5-yard penalty. Yep. The stage is set for an electrifying finale to the girls basketball conference season. Number 3 state-ranked Hersey is in the building, needing a win against a Grenadier team looking to play spoiler to end their season. Prospect fans will be keeping one eye on this game as they need Elk Grove to pull off the upset of a lifetime against the Huskies, and then the Knights need to take care of business tonight at the Gene Walker Fieldhouse. Anything less than that will crown Hersey a conference champion for the 4th consecutive year. Hello, everybody. Happy National Women and Girls in Sports Day. No better way to celebrate it than with some girls round ball. Myself, Gabe Newman, alongside John Walls. Glad you could join us. John, what's your reaction to pretty much everything I just said, the way the conference is shaping up this year?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for me to see Hersey. I mean, state ranked 3, right? You got to believe they're, whether they win or lose this conference, which we're pretty sure we would think they would. It'd be nice to see an MSL East go deep in the state tournament. That's going to be fun. You know, maybe you don't win against a particular school, but when it gets to the state playoffs, you got to root for your conference. I mean, that's just how you got to do it.
The legendary Ken Grams is just called the name of Katie Idle, a Hersey product who is already committed to Michigan, averaging 19 points per game this season and just achieved point number 2,000 in her high school Hersey career.
Yeah, that's crazy, Gabe. I mean, we just celebrated Bronson on the boys' side for 1,000 points, which is only 5. He's number 6, I believe.
5.
Number 5, all of Elk Grove high school history. She has doubled that as a senior. You can understand now, and you'll see on the court here why she's a Division I, Big Ten recruit.
For Elk Grove, their record coming into this is 9-17, 2-7 in conference. Those 2 wins, both against Wheeling. They start Riley Matos, Maggie Maher, Ella Duckman, Julia Maznika, and Katrina Kellett, whereas Hersey start Megan Maricki, Sabrina DeVito, the aforementioned Katie Idle, Natalie Alicia, and Mackenzie Ginder. Excuse me.
Yeah, Gabe, you know, so Elk Grove has a short roster this year, and they're going to be short even more so with Ariana Trausch out and Kira Petsley has been out. She's been out most of the season, but I believe that the Trausch not on the floor might hurt the Grens a little more than you think, not only with her athletic play, but the bench just gets that much shorter.
It's Ella Duckman, and I believe it's hard to see a number. Ella Duckman, and it was Katie Idle on the tat. Idle won it. Idle is 6 foot, and we are underway. Hersey versus Elk Grove. Keep you updated on the prospect game as we get updates. But first off is this game. There's a jumper from Maricki, no good. Offensive rebound by Ginder. Nice pass to Sabrina DeVito.
It's a great pass by Ginder. I'll tell you, if you didn't know who Kendall was or Idle was when you're coming in, my first look would be at 33 Ginder. She just has all of it in warm-up. She was hitting everything. This is why you're a state championship, caliber team, right? You can't pick the first 5 minutes of who the recruit is to Michigan.
Here's Maggie Maher trying to beat the double team, gets it to Mesnika.
She's playing a little bit of a zone here. They're going to force Elk Grove to beat him from the outside.
Matos' pass is picked off by Ginder. There's a 3 from Idle, and the Michigan recruit splashes it.
That was a really good-looking shot. Just a catch and put it up, and it's in. No thought. Just try to get through that double team.
Here's
good take.
Ella Duckman takes a shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Maggie Maher. And Maher's
ball got tipped a little.
Shot is blocked. Here's Alicia. Drive to the net. That's stuck. The putback offensively, no good. Maher grabs the loose ball. Sometimes the officials stop play for the net being curled up on itself, but not right now.
Julia Mansika looks like she's going to be guarding Idle. I think she could do a nice job. She's a very athletic person. It's just Hersey's going to set screens and get her open for her shots, but we'll see the matchup.
We welcome you, those of you who missed the pregame, as this game started a couple minutes early. It's state-ranked number 3 Hersey versus the Elk Grove Grenadiers, with Hersey needing a win to win the MSL East for the 4th consecutive year. Otherwise, if the Grenadiers can pull off the upset of a lifetime, it'll be the Prospect Knights who snatch it on the final day of the season. It's currently 5-0 Hersey. Here's Ella Duckman. Shoves it off to Matos. It's now with Duckman. Duckman flips one up toward net left-handed, no good. Katie Idle.
Yeah, Hersey, when they get the ball coming down off a rebound, they don't bust out, but there's always somebody right at the half court. Somebody will flash the lane.
There's a 3 from Idle, and that one no good. Offensive rebound by Maricki, and that one out of bounds and Elk Grove's ball.
That's just a high-level play by number 3, Maricki. She got the ball, had a defender on her, and in the air made a decision to go to Idle, who had a slash coming for the layup. Ball was just mishandled.
3 minutes gone in the opening frame. It's 5-0 Hersey. Kellett saves it from going out of bounds. There is a 3 from Maher, no good. And it's Natalie Alicia on the clear. DeVito from the elbow, and that one off the front of the rim, no good. Here's Ella Duckman going quickly the other way.
Ooh, Ella got away with a little travel there.
There's a long 2 from Duckman. Air ball, no good.
I think Elk Grove's a little bit intimidated. Their shots, intimidated by the defense, I should say. Their shots aren't crisp and clean. They're kind of hesitating once they get the ball. They need a couple threes to drop or a couple layups and get themselves back into this quarter.
That was a nice pass by Idle to Natalie Alicia to score points number 7 for the Grenadiers. John, let me just explain to you what the tiebreaker situation is between Hersey and Prospect. They're both 8-1 in conference, and last Friday the two played each other at Hersey, and Prospect won by 4, but it felt like they lost because had they beaten them by 7, they would have had the tiebreaker due to the most conference victories won by 7. They would have tied there, and then it would have gone to whoever hadn't won the conference most recently. That's what it's down to between the Knights and the Huskies. They won by 4 on Friday, and that's the difference, and that's what's making Hersey control their own destiny tonight.
Out of all that, the one part that I love is who has won recently, and they would come in second. That kind of goes back to what I said earlier. You take care of your conference. You might lose games to Prospect or Hersey or BG, but once you get into the playoff levels, you root for your conference.
There's a 3 from
nice
Riley
shot.
Matos in the corner. She was left wide open,
Nice
and she
shot.
made the Huskies pay. First points for the Grenadiers this game. That's a nice pass underneath to Megan Maricki, and they called it on the ground, so she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, it was a blocking foul. We just weren't there quickly enough. Hersey, we kind of saw it last night a little bit with Prospect Boys. They have these set plays, and they've been running them for gosh knows how long. It was just almost too easy.
They changed it to an and 1, so the bucket counts, and Maricki completes the 3-point play.
All 5 of these starters are super athletic, and they're fast.
Maher's pass to Matos, a little too tall for her, goes out of bounds.
DeVito had a nice bucket down here, went hard to her left, a little stagger step, and a little fadeaway jumper. It was nice to watch.
Maznika inbound to Duckman. In the corner, Maher. Maznika looking for a pass.
See, Hersey's playing that zone. They're not moving, and Elk Grove was almost in a man-to-man sort of offense, which means you either have to shoot it or pass over it. Oh,
Maznika's pass was picked off.
That's going to be Hersey ball. Ooh, I'll take that.
That one.
Yeah, when you have a zone, you're going to have to either pass over it or shoot over it. You can't pass through it. So you got to go 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. You could do a skip pass where a guard goes to the forward, but you can't go across court. It's a little double team at half.
Maher turns the ball over. Here's Maricki on the fast break, and Maricki in off the glass.
So if they're going to double like they are right now, somebody's got to jump in, like Mansika, and she's got to give her a little relief valve and get rid of the ball quickly. Once Mansika get the ball, she's got to get rid of it quickly. Matos got it. Oh.
Matos hits the 3, but is called for a travel before she can release it. And so the bucket does not count.
That was far from us, Gabe. Far from me to question a referee on that. But we could have used that call a couple times last night.
Yeah, really.
They were not calling that little stutter step.
Here's Katie Idle. Idle across to Caitlin Neary. Kelsey Neary. Now Ginder.
Ooh,
Side of the net.
DeVito short-armed it, unfortunately. She uses backboard there. She's got 2. Right.
Maher drives all the way in the net, kicks out for Matos. And Duckman took a 3 from the point, no good.
Great offense by Elk Grove. I'd like to see a ton of that.
Nice pass from DeVito to Alicia.
You got a 14-3 game. Hersey's extremely aggressive on when the ball comes over half court. And then they fall into that zone. And if you can't hit an outside shot, it can be rough.
Here is...
Coach is going to call a timeout here pretty quickly for Elk Grove.
Ginder was side of the net and missed the shot. Courtney Linfors was less than pleased with her team losing her. There's a jumper from the elbow from Natalie Alicia.
Yeah, unfortunately, Coach was just talking about that, and we lost her again off the break.
1:40 remaining in the game. 16-3 Hersey.
Boy, now they got a triple trap down in the corner. This is...
That one, a turnover by Maher, couldn't beat the triple trap, and it's an easy bucket for Neary, but she misses it.
So basically, when the ball goes in the corner, right, you got 2 extra defenders. You got the baseline and the sideline, and they're sending 3. That's impossible to get out of unless you either try to dribble through it or call a timeout.
Here's Mesnika.
Yeah, they're making it hard for Elk Grove just to get over half, and then you kind of get scattered, a little energy going, and Elk Grove's got to settle in.
Ball movement, a big priority. There's another Maher turnover. Idle takes it to the rim, and Mesnika commits the foul.
I'm surprised Coach Linfors hasn't taken a timeout. I think Elk Grove might be scoreboard watching already. When Maher gets close to half court, she's only got 1 person trying to help her out. And it takes a team to break a press like that.
So Idle will go to the line. And the Michigan commit will shoot 2. If you're really looking for the girls basketball answer to Cameron Christie, it's Katie Idle.
No question. We've done games before, and you can just tell, after 4 or 5 minutes of the game, you can tell who she is just by her game and her moxie, and she's extremely athletic.
Here's Mesnika trying to get it to Duckman, but it's picked off by Alicia. Alicia calls for it. It's tipped by Duckman. Stays with Hersey. Idle at the top of the point.
I'm impressed with DeVita. She's all over the place.
Ginder, nice pass to DeVito underneath the net for 2 more.
Gabe, you got to watch this team now in the state playoffs, man. I've only seen 5 of their players, but this is a rough defense to get through. It's a cranky little zone, and a lot of teams hate zone if they're not great shooters.
Libby Wirtz coughs up the ball. Quick break for Hersey. Nice defense from Maher.
Yeah. Coach had a little talk to her on the whistle. I think it got through a little bit.
Maher blocks the ball out of bounds. It remains with Hersey. It's Neary to inbound. She inbounds it Neary to Katie Idle. Idle's
dribble
shot
right
was
at
no
it.
good.
Dribble right at her. There you go.
Maher flips it out to
that should have been shot.
Mesnika. Gren's trying to move the ball around, trying to find an open look. And Duckman tried to fit it through to Matos. It was no good, and that'll bring an end to quarter number 1 with the state-ranked Hersey Huskies up 20-3 over the Grenadiers.
Yeah, you watch how they work, and I honestly don't think they did a substitution, Hersey. Do you? I don't remember seeing anybody else other than the starting 5.
Kelsey Neary did not start, but was in.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Close to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they run a really crisp and clean offense, right? Everything's off the ball. It's like if the ball's on the right side, it comes to the left, but you got to make sure you're watching because it's just going to come back down at the baseline to the right. And the little half-court trapping defense, and then goes into a very aggressive zone. And what they're asking you to do is when Elk Grove gets to the half-court line, they're going to double the ball, right? And they have tall players. So they're asking you to throw a pass over them, and then you can see at the free throw line, Hersey's so aggressive, anything that goes up in the air with their height and their aggression, it's going to be a steal.
Let's talk about the Hersey this Hersey team a little bit. Of course, we talked already a lot about Katie Idle, but Idle is not the only player on this team by any stretch of the means. Idle is averaging 19 a game, but Alicia is averaging 10 a game, Mariki averaging 10 a game, and Anika Manthe, who did not start this game, is averaging just under 10 a game.
Yeah, Neary's in, and we have a substitute. Elk Grove's going with the same. I'm sorry. We got Wirtz in.
Here's Duckman, gets it over
go
to Maggie Maher, and Maher splashes it in to double the Grenadiers' points.
Great bucket, great offense. Coach had to have talked about that. That's how you beat a high-end zone. You get an open look outside, and you got to make your buckets. Now, that's going to extend their defense. That's a foul.
And it's a foul on Kelsey Neary.
If Matos or Wirtz, if they can hit those threes, that'll extend that zone out a little bit more, and then the middle opens up. And Elk Grove will recognize that, and then you get some layups.
Here comes Maggie Maher.
Okay, now it's got to be passed right away.
Bounce pass to Matos, across to Mesnika. Maher. One more time to Matos for 3, and that one.
And Sika has that wide open look. She's looking to pass it, but she should take that shot. Even if it doesn't go in, you're going to extend the defense the next setup.
Here's Mariki at the top of the key. And Harwood wanted that. Didn't take it. Here's
the travel.
Manthe.
Great defense.
And they call it travel on Manthe.
Yeah, whatever coach said at the quarter is working so far. A lot more energy.
It's 8-5 Prospect still in the first quarter in that game.
So she should either dribble hard over the half court or pass it right away.
Maher back to Mesnika. Mesnika
kick out,
charging.
Shoot it.
Kicks out Matos across to Maher.
Yeah, when you get these skip passes, right? Skip pass means you're skipping one of your teammates over for another. When you get the ball, you got to be ready to shoot. And if you're not a three-point shooter, then coach will put somebody in that is a three-point shooter in that position.
Although when it comes to shooters, Courtney Linfors pretty much has her best shooters out right now. Out there on the floor, I should say.
Yeah.
As that one no good from Anika Manthe.
And the other thing you can do against a zone like that is
Matos takes a 3, and that one no good.
The other thing you can do against a zone also is get the ball to half court as fast as humanly can, almost like a fast breaks per se, right? So they're typically Hersey's going to do the zone after a made basket and a regular defense after a miss.
Here's Mariki, side of the net for Manthe. No, and it did go in.
Manthe. Nice looking shot.
Here's Mesnika, 22-6 Hersey. Mesnika across to Maher. Duckman.
That's what we're looking for right
Maher.
there. It's a good shot. Don't get discouraged. That's wide open.
It was a long two that was no good. Neary in the
Good
corner. Harwood dribbles it up, takes the shot, no good. Kellett running into trouble. Dishes it off to Maher.
Kellett had some good temperament there. She did not panic whatsoever.
Mesnika trying to feed it through to Ella Duckman, and it goes through her hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a little high, you know, a little jump pass.
Caitlin Wirtz comes into the game for Riley Matos, who has 3 of the Grenadiers' 6 points tonight.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Open it up, open up the scoring.
Here's Alicia from the free throw line, no good.
Good box out there by Wirtz.
There's Kellen on the rebound. Here's Maher in the corner for Mesnika, and Mesnika gets a friendly bounce.
I am super happy that that went in for her because I think we can get some confidence out of that. Listen, you're not going to beat him by making threes, but if you take enough threes that go in, it opens up for layups. Somebody lost somebody there.
And a foul. It was Maricki who dished to Harwood. It didn't seem like Harwood was expecting the ball, but she'll go to the line for 2 anyway. And Harwood's first shot no good. John, you're writing something down in your notes there. You mind sharing what it is?
I know what you asked me coming out of the half, and I want to be ready today to be determined. No, I got to be honest. It is actually fun to watch Hersey play. They are really, really well coached, and they're very good at what they do.
Here's Mesnika to Caitlin Wirtz. Back to Mesnika in the corner. Ella Duckman.
Oh, there it is.
Kicks out. Maher takes the jumper. No good.
That was Elk best offensive set.
Comes up empty, though, as Donovan, who is newly checked into the game. Maricki bounces out to, it's now back with Menthe, and she draws a foul.
She's got game 2 at 6'3". Mackenzie Ginder's 5'11". Maricki's 5'11". Alicia's 5'10". Best player on the floor is the shortest on the floor for Hersey currently.
And
I shouldn't say that. 11. Donovan's a little bit shorter, but
Menthe good from the first free throw. 3 Hersey players have played 28 games, or excuse me, four Hersey players have played 28 games, as the free throw is missed, and Maricki grabs the offensive rebound and gets 2.
that's just a solid basketball play. Offensive rebound, put it straight back up, kind of off balance, and it's no problem.
Here's Maher at the logo. Maher and Mesnika going back and forth.
See, they're playing a zone, and Elk Grove's got to come and help out and swing the ball. You got to swing the ball around the top of a zone and then look for a flash down below if it's open.
Julia Mesnika driving
There it
on
is.
the baseline.
Somebody's got to shoot that ball.
And we got a travel on Maggie Maher. 26-9 Hersey with 3 minutes to go in half number 1.
Elk Grove's going to play straight up. Little double team there. I like that.
Here's a long 2 from
That was
Menthe.
You can't defend that, Gabe. You did everything you had to do. You know, you had a little double team down low, and you went out, kind of caused her to take a missed shot. And unfortunately for us, unfortunately for her, she got a little backboard, and it was in.
Here's Mesnika trying to get it to Maher. Maher dumps it off to Caitlin Wirtz, but it's out of reach of her and out of bounds.
Yeah, Elk Grove's got a short bench, and that's gonna be rough.
It hurt them last week when they had to play 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
As that shot from Christian Wentling is an air ball.
A rare miss by Hersey.
Yeah, especially that 3rd game against Rolling Meadows was absolutely brutal. I was on the call for that one, and it was just, you could tell they just had nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a physical sport. Practice is one thing, but game time, man, it's rough. It takes a lot out of you.
All the Grenadier points have come from behind the arc as Caitlin Wirtz had made the latest 3.
Maher plays so tough. I love her game. I like her as a defender even almost more than her offense. You know, she's basically the quarterback out there, but she can defend.
Here's Mesnika. Maher for 3, and Maher knocks it down.
Now, Elk Grove is starting to show a tendency to shoot over the zone, so now what you have to do is you have to do a little ball fake and a slash to the rim, and you might get a layup. Mansika would be perfect for that.
Here's Donovan in a little bit of trouble, gets it to Harwood. Harwood, and Manthe fights that ball into the hoop.
It's an impossible shot she just made. Essentially, she got fouled, the ball went up a couple inches, and then she tipped the underhand in. Yeah, this is the hardest part for Elk Grove is the height now, because if the ball gets down into the block section, you have to have some help, right? Because you're giving up quite a few inches. But the minute you help, Hersey's so disciplined they'll dish off, and it's going to be a layup either way.
Manthe completes the 3-point play, 33-15 Hersey.
I'd start looking for somebody down the middle.
Here's Maher. Caitlin Wirtz in the corner for her sister Libby.
That was a foul.
Maher takes a jumper, and that one no good. Hersey get the clear with Donovan.
It's 45 seconds left in the half.
Kicked out. Here's Donovan at the free throw line. There's a 3 from DeVito. And DeVito knocks it down.
She's legit.
Wirtz dishes off to Mesnika. Maher for 3, and Maher hits it.
That's a great answer for Elk Grove. I love it. If you're going to need a day to get hot with threes, it's today, just the day.
Kate Donovan now underneath.
Good defense by Wirtz.
And
she get around a push.
It'll be a trip to the line for Anika Manthe, as her shot was no good, but she was fouled in the process with a little over 4 seconds remaining in the first half.
So Manthe is a junior. She's going to have a nice senior year, I suspect.
6'3".
Yeah, she's got all skills, too.
And she hits both free throws. Last shot from Mesnika.
Oh, it's in!
And the bank is open to close out the first half tonight like it was last night. A prayer from Mesnika. And it falls for the Grenadiers to cap off a surprisingly, given our expectations of this game, a surprisingly close game with the Hersey Huskies. 38-21 at halftime.
Well, here's the deal on that shot, Gabe, is, yeah, okay, we're down 17, but we're going in we watch the girls go by us. They're going in laughing and high-fiving. I mean, that 3 can spur you on to just about anything at the end of the half. That's just a phenomenal shot.
We'll take a break and step aside for halftime. You're watching girls basketball, Grenadier girls basketball, right here on EGTV. Gabe Newman, John Walls back with you for the second half of this contest, which saw the Hersey Huskies take a 17-point lead, 38-21. John, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, Elk Grove made a nice little run in the last half of the second quarter. They started making their outside shots, but I mean, this play right here is exactly what explains the whole thing. We saw 9 players from Hersey, all contributed, and I would say the number one reason why they are a state qualifier, will be a state qualifier high end, is their unselfishness. They pass the ball, that extra pass. Nobody is selfish. Nobody's looking for points. It's just a pure team game.
There's a 3 from Matos, no good.
Good rebound.
As Nika grabs the offensive board.
Yeah, Elk Grove was successful with some of their three-point shots, and that's what can kill a zone. So Hersey's not going to get out of that zone. It's too effective for them with their height. Oh, good take there.
Maher drives to the rim, no good.
Elk Grove.
Out of bounds, and Elk Grove will retain possession. Prospect is up 10, so if you're a Prospect fan watching this game, just know that as long as your team can close it out, you just need an Elk Grove comeback tonight. Maher to inbound, gets it to Matos. Maher loses it. Fast break for Hersey, and oh, nice job by Idle to keep it in play.
Yeah, nice behind the back pass to herself.
Passes it to Maricki, who scores.
So let's go down the scoring for Hersey, right? On the floor right now, we got 9 points, 5 points, 6 points, and 14 points. That is very, very well balanced.
Ella Duckman kicks out to Katrina Kellett, now with Mesnika. Kellett, Duckman drives to the bucket and scores the first 2-point field goal of the game.
Ball fake. The only reason why she got that bucket, because she made a ball fake outside and went to the rim. Hersey being aggressive, right? They're going to go with the first move.
Here's Manthe.
Ooh, good defense.
Nice defense by the Grenadiers to deny Maricki.
Go all the way. Right to the hoop.
Here
That's
comes
it.
Maher. Jumper from the paint, no good. And
Yeah, over the back.
a foul on Katrina Kellett.
Maggie Maher needs to get rewarded with a bucket here. She's playing hard. She's just had a couple have some really kind of a weird bounce off the rim, but she's had 2 good looks. Hope she doesn't get down on it.
42-23 Hersey, the state-ranked team, and the Grenadiers playing a 20-point contest right now, but as there's a 3 from Katie Idle.
Too easy, right? That's just so easy for her.
The way the Grenadiers are holding themselves in this game, you wouldn't believe it's a 20-point plus deficit.
That's a good break. Kick it out. Shoot it.
Matos for 3, and that one rolls off the rim. Maher grabs, I think that'll count as a rebound. Either way, Maher grabs the loose ball, takes it to the rim, and scores.
What a bucket by Maher. I'm glad she kept with it because she needed to be rewarded.
Hersey in no particular hurry to push it up the floor. Here's Neary. Side of the net for Idle.
That's height right there. Just a skip pass over the top of the defense. That's very hard to stop.
Maggie Maher. Now with Mesnika.
Oh.
Maher at the point, had the shot, didn't take it.
I think she got fouled.
Floated one up and off the front of the rim. Here's Alicia.
Same play.
Across to Kelsey Neary, and Neary is able to grab the bucket.
So the difference I see what the coaching staff has done on this, Elk Grove can't buy it now. They're not allowing Hersey to set up in their zone, so they're going to try to break out every time there's a rebound, right? A non-made basket by Hersey, they're going to break out.
That one thrown up toward the glass by Manthe.
Oh, that's a
offensive
foul.
rebound.
Elk Grove got away with one there.
Kellett tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds. It's Hersey's ball.
Ella Duckman's laughing because she knows she got away with one. It was a large enough foul, she could have got called twice for it.
There's a 3 from Donovan, no good. Another offensive board, Neary, and it's finally put in by Mackenzie Ginder. Loose ball, and that one goes out of bounds, and the decision goes the way of Hersey.
Elk Grove came out with a lot of energy. I like what coach has done as far as the change-ups. We just got to keep it. You can't look at the scoreboard here. You just got to keep the energy up and make your plays.
Underneath the bucket for Alicia, and a foul on
the floor.
Grenadiers.
Yeah, that was before the shot.
No foul, Maggie Maher, her first foul. Second team foul is set.
So Maher commits a foul, and Hersey will inbound. Bounce pass to 33, that's McGinder, and
Gander again.
it wound up
She's
being-
pretty good as a junior.
wound up being Alicia who got the bucket.
Good bust there. Shoot that. God, they just recover so quickly with that zone. That's gotta
Maher
go.
kicks out for Matos for 3, and that one no good.
I'd like to see Matos take one more step towards the half-court line. Just get a different angle. She's missed a couple from the same spot.
Maher stole it away from Baricki,
play.
but was unable to convert. Long pass for Hersey, and DeVito on the finishing end.
Yeah, that was a good play by Elk Grove. We just got a little bad luck there.
Underneath pass to Duckman. Mesnika takes it to the rim and scores.
I don't know what Coach Linford said at the half, but boy, Elk Grove looks to be in this game mentally and physically now.
Idle now with Maricki.
Libby Wirtz is going to check in here soon.
Katie Idle, side for Ginder, and that one stolen away by Mesnika.
Shoot it.
Ella Duckman had the shot from the point. Instead, it's going to be Maher from the wing, and that one no good. Fight for it, and it goes out of bounds, and it's Elk Grove's ball.
Maher's shaking her head. She's being pretty hard on herself, but she's playing really good this half. What has she got? 13, I think? Yeah, she's got 13.
Leads the Grenadiers in scoring. 53-27, or excuse me, 53-27 Hersey. The inbound to Maher. Mesnika Duckman from the free throw line. Her shot was blocked.
That's a good play, though. I like what she did.
Long for Hersey. Here's DeVito, and DeVito's shot no good. Offensive board by Gender.
That's DeVito. That's a rare miss for her.
And Ginder throws one up. No
that's over
good.
the back.
And a hard fall by Ginder.
Yeah.
She slammed her head on the court.
Yeah, they're going to check her out. They'll have to bring her out of the game. That was rough. She got kind of undercut. It wasn't the Elk Grove girls' fault, so to speak.
It was just
Just
one of
got
those
tangled up, you know?
one of those collisions where no one's at fault. It's just the way that sports happen sometimes. And
Yeah,
Ginder's
it's
still down.
unfortunate. They're gonna get her some help. Yep, she got caught. She has so much height that she went up for a rebound, and the Elk Grove girl went up for the rebound, and just the collision alone, and that was enough.
And Gender is sitting up, but still down.
I see a smile. That's such good news to see.
Being checked
We had
out by the Elk Grove trainer.
We had a goofy one last night, remember?
Yeah.
In the corner over far corner, one of the Elk Grove guys, you know, got his feet tangled up with somebody, slid right into the referee, and a
Yeah.
6'5" referee went down and hit his head. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
There were a couple last night
Yeah.
in the boys' game.
Boy, talking about the boys' game, you know, Prospect's a pretty decent team, obviously, and Elk Grove was probably a little overhyped, overmatched, but boy, did they play a second quarter, Elk Grove Grenadiers.
Yeah, second half, yeah.
Or second half, excuse me. McCrory went off.
Yeah,
21 and
another
11.
double-double. Sixth double-double of the season.
He is fun to watch. No question.
You think that leads nicely into a promo?
Agreed.
Next Friday, the Elk Grove boys will be taking on the Rolling Meadows Mustangs. Get a chance to see Foxter Ogbonna, Cameron Christie, and the reigning MSL East champion Rolling Meadows Mustangs take on Bronson Bartuch, Dylan LaCour, and the Elk Grove Grenadiers in the final conference game of the season next Friday, February 10th. The game will be right here on EGTV. Good to see Mackenzie Ginder is back up and on her feet, walking off the court.
Well, Gabe, that promo leads into the fact that this is our official last game together
Yep.
for our varsity basketball, and I want to thank you so much. I've enjoyed the years that we've done it together. I'm going to miss you. Hopefully you got somebody in the bullpen a little younger than you to take your shoes, step into your shoes.
Well, we'd have to see, but John, I just want to say it was an honor and a privilege to do these games with you, and you've really helped spark my interest and skill in this field, and I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah, well, you've taught me a lot as well. Don't get me wrong. We're going to miss you here, believe me. Maybe when you go to school, which I know you're going to school for this very same thing, maybe we can catch you on Thanksgiving and Christmas breaks, do a couple games.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. And
And
there's
then-
still the spring.
Yeah, and maybe in 15, 20 years when you're ESPN or CBS, you'll stop in and do a game just to keep us all happy.
Well, let's get through the rest of high school first.
Got to have goals, right?
Yeah. Here's DeVito, and Alicia flips one in.
Davita's as an impressive player as anybody on this squad. She does all the hard stuff, right? And a lot of times those players don't get rewarded, but she's also got offense, and it's fun to watch. Like, she's probably missed one shot out of, I don't know how many points that she got. She got 10 points.
Julia Mesnica, the deficit is 30, so if it stays like this, as that one is tipped out of bounds by Donovan, if it stays like this, there'll be a running clock in the fourth quarter.
I love Hersey's defense, man. It's so unique for me because it's essentially they play man-to-man on top against the ball, right? And we saw that at half court. They do a little half-court trap, but it's essentially zone. Once the ball gets below the free throw line, it goes into a zone. It's really hard to beat.
On the inbound, here's Maggie Maher. Maher at the logo, taking on Neary, and that one, Donovan picks up the loose ball. And it's another Elk Grove turnover. Maher tried to get a steal. It's DeVito on a long two, and that one no good.
So 11 Donovan is a freshman, and I'm going to watch her for a little bit because she's got some super high energy. She kind of reminds me of Schneider last night for Prospect. Freshman point guard with nothing but skill.
Matos for three at the buzzer, and that one off the iron. Matos could not replicate Mesnica's buzzer beater to end the first half, and that'll wrap up quarter number 3. It's a 30-point game, 57-27 in favor of Hersey.
If I'm Coach Linfors, I'm taking Matos, and she's over there by the student section. I'm going to flip her on offense and bring her over by the bench. She's had the same look from the same spot. Sometimes you just need a different look, a different angle. Because her shots are right on the rim. They're just not going in. But she missed probably 3 by a short amount. So let's get her a different angle, different look, and see if she can't get hot. The shot's there. She's got a great shot.
Well, John, I got one more promo for you. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
From coaching interviews to analysis on games and everything in between, the Grenadier Sideline Podcast is your one-stop shop for all things EG Sports. Catch the latest episode from Bronson to Berkowitz on Spotify by searching the Grenadier Network. I got an interview with EG Boys point guard Bronson Bartuch as well as head coach Nick Orhan on Bronson surpassing 1,000 points. I also got a chat with Dylan Berkowitz after he became the second Gren in 15 years to become a conference champion in wrestling. You can catch all that on the Grenadier Network Spotify channel.
I'll tell you what, Gabe, I've enjoyed some of your interviews with coaches and players more than our broadcast, quite frankly. I do follow that, and you got some. The beauty of it is you have a hall pass to anybody in this school as far as athletics. Everybody wants to talk to you, right? Because you've got this very popular podcast. It's just the greatest thing in the world. It's the new high school thing. They didn't have this even 5 years ago, and you've really been a trailblazer. I truly believe that.
It's a running clock in the fourth quarter. I got a pretty, I wouldn't say it was emotional, but it was a more personal interview with former boys soccer head coach Alex Stavropoulos, talking about his decision to step away. And that episode should be coming out sometime this weekend.
Hey, old guys like myself, we need a nudge. Just shoot me a text and go, hey, it's on, right?
Gotcha.
We don't have the memories like we used to.
You can follow me on Twitter as well, and also follow at EGHS Media to get updates about my podcast. As that one from, I have a Harwood flipped in, and she'll try and complete a three-point play.
Looks like Christy Wentling is in the game, if I'm getting that number correct. Yeah, Kristen Wentling.
Yeah, check that. You're right. Kristen Wentling was
I'm going to watch Donovan pretty much the rest of this game. Being a freshman, starting on a team of this caliber, she's got to be pretty good, and this is great minutes for her future.
Hersey are sitting at their average this season, which is 60. It's 60-27 Hersey. Here's Mesnika. Caitlin Wirtz, that went off the foot of Donovan, and Elk Grove will retain. Last time these two played was January 12th, and Hersey wound up winning that game 61-14. So a little bit of a better result this time out.
Yeah, Elk Grove had a really good second quarter and a pretty decent, well, I would say decent beginning to the second half.
Duckman is blocked by Anika Manthe.
Yeah, she got away with a little reach in there, and that's frustrating when you get a block. You almost just want to take somebody out. You're so frustrated, but she was smart.
Donovan, and now with Wentling. Manthe is able to score.
Hersey basket to Annika Manthe.
I can't tell you on this Hersey team, Gabe, who I think the MVP is of this game. I mean, it's just so unselfish play. I mean, you look at the points, yeah, that's fine, but Davita's done everything that they've asked her to do down low and grinding out 10. I mean, that's huge.
Here's Caitlin Wirtz, and Wirtz takes a hard foul.
That could have been I guess not. Not with 5 to go, but that was a hard foul. That should be a couple shots on the ball, but I think they look at the clock and the score.
Here's Maher. Mesnika takes a 3, and that one clanks off the iron. Duckman tries to wrestle for the ball, and it's going to be Wirtz and Ava Harwood who come together for a jump ball.
Wirtz hustling in here at the end. That's Caitlin Wirtz, I should say.
The prospect game is
Good
actually
move by Maher.
prospect game is actually kind of close. It's an 8-point game, but with this game trending to the result that it is, it won't matter.
Yeah.
62-29. Hersey set to become conference champions for the 4th straight year.
I think what hurts Elk Grove this year, and we talked about it in our first games, they just didn't have a lot come out for the team. And they've had a short bench all year, right? And then they also went through a couple injuries early on, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, they lost Peasley, and then most recently they lost Ariana Trausch. And they had to go last week, play 3 games in as many days with 8 players.
Yeah. So that actually equates more on the practice than it does on the court in the fact that you can't run 5-on-5 drills.
No.
That's hard. Maybe coach brings up somebody from JV or freshman, sophomore, but it's just hard when you have a short bench. It's just really hard. And like you said, I can't believe they actually played 3 games. If I'm the athletic director, I'm calling the 3rd game up and saying, listen, we just can't do it.
No.
It's not good for our kids, number one. But
Well, it was a scheduling conflict as Elk Grove was hosting the first ever girls NSL championships for wrestling.
Didn't Elk Grove do well in that?
I believe Karen Herrera finished 3rd.
Yeah.
Juana Polino, I think her name is. I have to double check. I have it all in my podcast coming out,
right.
but
We'll have to listen to it and catch up.
Juana finished 4th, and then Claudia Lopienski finished 5th. She injury defaulted after her first match. So
yeah, that's a huge breakthrough for girls sports, women's sports in high school. I'm glad to see it.
Manthe at the line adds to Hersey's lead. Hersey are at their conference average for points, which is 63.
Maggie Maher she's got to get off this 13. That's in. Oh, gosh, my angle was bad. That looked like it was going to drain.
No good from Caitlin Wirtz.
Maher's got 13 for Elk Grove. She's had a really good game.
Nice ball movement. Here's Manthe underneath the net, and that's going to wind up being Kristen Wentling.
That's their 10th player to score in this game, Gabe. That is why you're looking at a state top 5 school. 10 players scoring.
Here's Maher fighting against the double team. Gets it to Wirtz to Duckman. Ella Duckman, sister of the Female Athlete of the Year, Lily Duckman, who had a 1,000-point career herself.
Boy, was she fun to watch, right?
Yeah, definitely. It was a big transition for this girls' team, losing a player like that. They pretty much changed their entire identity. As that one, no good from Wentling. Here come the Grens with Caitlin Wirtz. Wirtz at the point, dishes to Maggie Maher with 2:45 to go.
Hersey's in a straight man-to-man now, a little bit different, but they have a different personnel in here, right? This is probably their second 5. Looks like a foul.
That one out of bounds off of Kate Donovan.
Okay. See, Maher does not look happy, and I've been through these games more than you care to want, but you battle through and you try to make your teammates better.
Here's Maher across to Emily Fiorito, who has checked into the game.
So if we're going to go a straight man-to-man, we got to set some screens. Nice play. Nice take.
Maher flips it in.
She does get off that 13. She's on the 15 here.
And that one long for Manthe. And it's Lily Larson. Her shot was no good. And a slip and a fall, and they're going to call a trip. Kristen Wentling was the one that slipped, or fell, I should say.
Let's see what type of inbounds they have to come out of the box. Watch for the inbounder to get the ball at the end here.
Here's Lauren Rocks. And now Lily Larson. Wentling's shot.
Well, she's not shy to take a shot, I'll tell you that.
Duckman grabs the rebound.
You know who's probably had the best game here, Gabe? Referees.
Yeah, they have not made a single controversial call all night. At least one notable one.
Yeah, absolutely. This might be one of the best ones I've seen this year. I mean, we haven't said a word about it. They've done a nice job tonight.
And the thing about referees is that people expect high school referees to make pro-level decisions without the ability of replay. It's just not possible.
There's a great video trending about, I think it was a North Dakota high school, N3, and the referees got together and the fans were going crazy, and the gentleman who has Ken Graham's job with the microphone told them all to shut up, and if they don't like it, then they can get their card because they're always looking for new referees.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I actually saw that last night. I was
just hysterical. It's so true. Parents, every parent will just, you're a Wolverine for your kid, right?
Yeah.
But at some point, you got to hit the pause button, and high school sports is definitely one of them. You got to really try hard to hit the pause button.
As the clock winds down, it's going to be Elk Grove falling, and we'll have one more shot from Wirtz. No good. Hersey are the MSL East champions. Elk Grove falls to 9-18, 2-8 in conference to end their conference season. Hersey finishes 9-1 and improved to 22-7. One thing I did not mention all broadcasts, Hersey on Saturday will be traveling to the Welsh Ryan Arena at Northwestern in Evanston to take on Evanston High School. And
boy, that'd be something to watch if it was streaming.
Yeah.
That stadium's gorgeous. If you haven't been to that new stadium, it's unbelievable. Still very quaint, but it's in great shape, very modern.
Yeah, they just remodeled it too.
Yep.
That'll wrap it up. The Hersey Huskies knock off the Elk Grove Grenadiers. John, it was a pleasure as always to do this game with you.
I'll tell you, I'll never forget these three years that we've done this. It's been just a great ride, and I wish you nothing but the best. And I don't have to worry about you. I know you'll be successful.
Hopefully we can connect in the spring for some softball at the very least.
Absolutely.
That'll do it. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast despite the outcome. Grens lose to the Huskies. Signing off.